Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah and I have some crockpot recipes for you today. If you were into just spontaneous random videos and you are not already subscribed, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I don't have a schedule or anything like that because I have recently learned that I don't work that way. So it's been a couple months, but I am back and I have some delicious dinners for you. First, I'm going to be making some creamy jalapeno taquitos. You are going to throw a couple of chicken breasts, mine happen to be frozen, into your crock pot, and a third of a cup of diced jalapenos, a whole block of cream cheese. I have just recently learned that my family doesn't like too much of that, so I decided to use half a block and we ended up really loving it that way. And then you're going to put in some garlic powder and cumin and a little bit of salt. I will have all of these recipes linked down the description. And you're going to cook it on low for 6 hours, and then I ended up taking all of the meat and stuff out, throwing it in my stand mixer, and then pouring it back into the juices. And then you'll see I'm going to just spray my pan, and then I'm going to put a little bit of the mixture into these tortillas, which are soft taco size, and I have a little bit of cheese. Some of them have mozzarella, the other have Colby Jack. I ran out of the Colby Jack and thankfully had a little bit of mozzarella in there, but you'll see I'm just going to roll them up and then spritz the top of them with some more oil, a little bit of salt, and cook them at 350 for about 10-15 minutes. These turned out really delicious and crispy. I ended up broiling them for just a couple of minutes, if that long. You need to just pay attention because they will definitely burn. Made some Mexican rice and served it with some taco sauce that I clearly went crazy with, a little bit of sour cream and salsa, and that was dinner. And this night I am making some ground beef stroganoff in the crock pot as well. You're going to start with 4 cans of cream of mushroom, half a cup of water, a packet of the Lipton onion soup mix. I have browned about 1.5 pounds of ground beef and some onion and a little bit of Worcestershire sauce as well. And you're going to pour all that in there, mix it up really well, and cook it on low for 6 hours. And I had a couple of containers, about half empty containers of sour cream that I needed to use up. You're going to put about a cup's worth into this when you're done. And you're going to boil your egg noodles as well at this point. And once they're ready and you have them drained, you're going to just mix everything together, and that is it. This was so incredibly easy. The inspiration for this was I think it was even like 3 containers of sour cream that were open. I don't know why, but I knew I needed to use it up, and this is usually my go-to, something like this, and my whole family loved it. I made enough and we had it for lunch the next day as well. And this night I had a couple of pounds of ground beef that I needed to either freeze or use, so I decided to use it up and make some meatloaf, because I also had a packet of the meatloaf seasoning mix that I wanted to use up as well. So in my stand mixer, I have about 2.5 pounds actually of ground beef. I chopped up an onion, half a cup of, or was it 1 cup? Oh no, it was like half a cup of breadcrumbs, because I was thinking I actually could have probably doubled that into a cup. And then I'm using this packet of the HEB meatloaf and putting in about 3/4 of a cup of milk in that. And I used 3 medium eggs. They were pretty small. I'm kind of collabing a couple of different recipes. I'm using what's on the back of that plus some, if that makes any sense. And I decided I had this Trader Joe's barbecue sauce that I've had for a while. I wanted to use that up. I had never made meatloaf with barbecue sauce, and so I was really curious about it. And I put about 2 tablespoons into it, and then you'll see me pour it on top as well. I wish I would have just done ketchup, to be honest. I mean, if you like meatloaf with barbecue sauce, do this in your crock pot. So I know a lot of people do. I learned that I prefer ketchup, and actually my whole family does. Like, we ate it was good, but next time I will do this again. This was actually my first time making meatloaf in the crock pot, and so hot outside, I did not want to heat up my oven for over an hour. So it's gonna cook on low. I actually think it ended up being about 5 hours, and this was some pretty fatty beef, so it was pretty greasy and it kind of fell apart, but the flavor was really, really good. I ended up broiling it for a couple of minutes when it was ready as well, and I served it with some instant mashed potatoes and corn. And thank y'all so much for watching. If you've made it this far, there's that greasy beef, but like I said, it was so good, and I hope you got some inspiration for your crock pot so you don't have to heat up your home right now either. I will see y'all in the next one.